Good morning. Come on, good morning. It's a great day. I'm Jennifer Boykin, president of Newport News Shipbuilding, and I'm so pleased to welcome you as we celebrate the Apprentice School's 102nd graduating class. I'd like to take a moment to introduce the folks sharing the stage with me this morning. I'm joined by Dr. Leticia Mccain, the Apprentice School's Director of Education. And beside her are 3 Apprentice School graduates and members of my senior staff. Mr. Damon Satry, Vice President of Integrated Planning and Production Control. Mr. Gary Fuller, Vice President of Fleet Support Programs. And Mr. Dave Horn, Senior Director of Trades. I'm also joined by Mr. Xavier Beal, Newport News Shipbuilding's current Vice President of Trades and soon-to-be Vice President of Human Resources and Trades, and today's commencement speaker, Ms. Karen Henneberger, Naval Reactors Program Manager for New Ship Design. We're also pleased to welcome 2 names you may recognize in our program. Sitting in the audience with their families are James Healey, who inspired the school's Community Service Award, and Mr. Frank Satchel Jr., whose tenure at the Apprentice School led to our Outstanding Faculty Award, and he's here to celebrate with his grandson, Noah, who will graduate today. You can clap for that. You may also have noticed a few familiar faces seating amongst our guests. With us today are several Newport News shipbuilding leaders, including our former president, Mr. Matt Mulheron, and his wife, Liz, along with many shipbuilding supervisors who helped our graduates get to where they are today. I'm also happy to welcome Ms. Nakia Madre-Smith, Director of the ODU Peninsula Center, who is seated with our shipyard leaders. Thank you all for being here. In just a moment, we will begin the processional. But first, I want to remind you that we're here today for one reason, and that is to celebrate our graduates. This means that throughout the ceremony, you should feel free to applaud, cheer, yell, whatever you need to do to recognize these great people today. The processional of graduates will be led by this year's Frank F. Satchel Jr. Outstanding Faculty Award winner, Mr. Gary Lee Smith. Once the graduates are in place, the Star-Spangled Banner will be sung by Mr. Antoine Barnes, a senior reproduction clerk at the shipyard, and then Xavier Beal will deliver the invocation. Now, I invite you to please stand for the processional and remain standing for the national anthem.
early light, what so proudly we held at the twilight last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wow. Thank you, Antoine, for that powerful performance. Let us pray. O merciful and graceful creator of the universe, known by many names, who has spoken to all people at all times, we humbly invite your presence into this place today as we come together to celebrate the 102nd graduating class of the Apprentice School. We thank you for affording us this opportunity to recognize the accomplishments of these graduates before you, and for giving them the strength and guidance needed to persevere despite all the challenges they may have faced. We ask that you grant them the wisdom and courage to use their knowledge and skills to continue Newport News Shipbuilding's strong legacy of always good ships, and to always give their all for the safety of our sailors and our nation. Creator, I pray that you not only sharpen their technical skills of these graduates, but also soften their hearts and the hearts of all assembled today. Grant them the compassion, mercy, benevolence for all mankind, regardless of their differences. And as your word teaches us, let there be no division among us. And above all, put love first, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. Finally, I ask that you go with these graduates and shine your blessings upon them always. And please continue to protect their loved ones, for without their support, this climb would have been even steeper. In Jesus' name, I pray, amen. You all may be seated.
Thank you, Antoine and Xavier. I would also like to thank Liberty Live Church for allowing us to host the ceremony today in their beautiful facility here, and to be in person again. It's a really special pleasure to come together and celebrate with family and friends, both in person and through our live stream online. And what exactly are we celebrating? Today, we recognize the major accomplishments of our 170 graduates, apprentices who've completed an already rigorous program during a time of great challenge with added uncertainty. As loved ones, you've probably watched your apprentice pack up, go to work at the shipyard, come home and push through weekend homework sessions, and heard them talking about coursework and training. But these glimpses into the life of an apprentice don't give us a full look at just how incredible this program is and how hard these apprentices have worked to be here today. Easy is not a word you would ascribe to the apprentice school. Admission rates alone are as competitive as some Ivy League colleges, and many applicants come to us with college degrees and/or prior military service. Once they've surpassed the admissions hurdle, apprentices then face an average of 4 to 5 years of apprenticeship training, including a minimum of 1,000 hours of academic coursework and a staggering 7,000 hours of learning on the job. The humble apprentices before us shouldered the work of both being a full-time student and a full-time employee. It's a lot to balance, especially when you add in school activities, time with families, and in some cases, sports programs. Yet these graduates managed it all, and now we are here to applaud their hard work and look at their future with pride, because this is just the beginning. To the class of 2021, I want you to know how proud I am of each of you for everything that you've accomplished. Today is just the next step towards your leadership role at Newport News Shipbuilding, and we and our country need you today more than ever. As shipbuilders, we take on the truly unique honor of building vessels that protect our country and go into harm's way. And this work is challenging. It's not easy. But I want each of you to remember that the Navy entrusts us with the hardest jobs and the most difficult work for a reason. And I want that to fuel you when times get tough, because they will. Let it fuel your commitment to performing safely, and to the highest of standards. Let the challenges of being a world-class shipbuilder inspire you to always be on the lookout for innovation, for new ideas, and for ways to make your job easier to accomplish, and help others to recognize the importance of safety and of striving for excellence. And finally, never stop learning. The Navy depends on each of us to embody these traits of continuous learning and first-time quality. And as shipbuilders, we answer this call every day to help keep our nation safe. Our work is noble, but it's also very unique. We are the only shipbuilders in the United States who can build both nuclear-powered aircraft carriers and nuclear-powered submarines, and we are the only shipbuilders that can refuel nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. And never forget that. Live that. Own that. Be proud of it. Now, I'd like to take a few moments to recognize graduates who have not only answered this noble calling, but have also become standouts within their class. Every year, the Apprentice School recognizes graduates who have gone above and beyond in academics, craftsmanship, volunteering, and more. We prepared a special video to share their achievements with you today. So, let's roll the video.
The Apprentice School Class of 2021 Graduate and Faculty Awards. The Niels Christiansen Craftsmanship Award, presented to graduates who excelled in craftsmanship among waterfront trades. This year's winners are Philip William Appleby Jr., Patrick Allen Bederka, Darren Francis Fulton, Henry Banner Robeson, Noah Reed Satchel. The Charles F. Bailey Award, presented to graduates who attained the highest scholastic average in required courses. This year's winners are Stephen Brandon Belinsky, Zachary James Colley, Tyler Jackson Collins, Stephen Craig Davies, Jonathan Caleb Edwards, Eric Tiznado Garcia, Travis James Galt, Christopher Scott Hickman, Sarah Michelle Ralph Howell, Davis Willard Ivy II, Effany Tamara King, Grant Lee Melvin, Timothy Daniel Mills, Josiah Christopher Meyer, Rachel Norvell Noderf, Charles Robert Norford, Thomas Ortega, Cameron Todd Powell, Jordan Michael Ritz, Christopher Scott Rose, Zachary Richard Schwenke, Sarah Melvina Taylor, Alex Verhill Toralba, Nathaniel Lee Whitman, Michael Kent Wilson Jr. The W.R. Phillips Jr. Award, presented to graduates from the advanced salaried programs who excelled in craftsmanship and job performance. This year's winners are Davis Willard Ivy II, Josiah Christopher Meyer, Zachary Richard Schwenke. The G. Guy Vaya Award, presented to graduates who attained the highest scholastic average in each of the optional advanced academic programs leading to degrees in engineering, engineering technology, technical studies, and business administration. This year's winners are Tyler Jackson Collins, Joseph Jeffrey Evans III, Eric Tiznado Garcia, Joseph Austin Davis Goodman, Sarah Faison Haynes, Taylor Michelle Luffholm, Josiah Christopher Meyer, Sarah Melvina Taylor, Isaiah Kevin Washington, Nathaniel Lee Whitman. The Gold Athletic Award, presented to apprentices who have consistently excelled at their apprenticeship, while also demonstrating commitment to their particular sport or activity. Recipients must letter each of the 4 years in the same sport or activity. This year's winners are Blake Sawyer Brazier, William Austin Capps, Mitchell Philip Gray, Colin Charles Johnson, Isaiah Kevin Washington, Alexis Shante Wethington, Alec Michael Wonders. The James P. Healey Community Service Award, presented on behalf of the Mariners Club to the graduate who most exemplified leadership in community service. This year's winner is Taylor Renee Bierhausen. The Frank F. Satchel Jr. Outstanding Faculty Award, presented to a faculty member who demonstrates the highest level of instructional quality and concern for apprentices' success, and for overall contributions and support of the school. This year's winner is Gary Lee Smith II. The Homer L. Ferguson Award, presented on behalf of the Apprentice Alumni Association to the graduate who achieved the highest average in combined required academic and craft grades. This year's winner is Christopher Scott Rose. Congratulations to the Apprentice School Class of 2021 graduate and faculty award winners.
Okay, how about one final round of applause for all of our award winners? I now have the pleasure of introducing one of Newport News Shipbuilding's great partners and today's commencement speaker. Her commitment to safety and quality is critically important to our nuclear shipbuilding environment, and we could not do our work without her. Karen Henneberger serves as the program manager for new ship design at Naval Reactors, a joint Navy and Department of Energy program dedicated to reactor safety and technical excellence. Karen began her career as a commissioned naval officer before joining Naval Reactors as the 4th woman ever hired with a technical background. She has since dedicated nearly 30 years to the group's nuclear propulsion program and is the first and longest serving woman section head. Today, Karen oversees technology development, design and construction of the nuclear propulsion plants for Ford-class aircraft carriers, Columbia-class ballistic missile submarines, and the Navy's next-generation attack submarine, all work done at Newport News Shipbuilding. I'm proud to call Karen both a shipbuilding partner and a friend, and I hope her commitment inspires you today as it has inspired me for so many years. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Karen Henneberger.
Thank you, Jennifer, for that kind introduction. Good morning, graduates. Great. So yes, I am Karen, but I'd like to think I don't usually act like a Karen. Unless, that is, I haven't had my morning Diet Coke, like many of you at the shipyard know. Growing up as the only girl in a family of 3 boys prepared me for many things, but my name becoming a meme was not one of them. So in addition to the pressures of delivering a commencement address that is memorable, inspiring, and most importantly, short, I'm hoping my words resonate with you so that next time you hear the name Karen, you will remember something positive. Because today is a positive, happy day. It's the day we celebrate you and the hard work that has earned you the title of Apprentice School graduate. As you know, at the heart of this school and your development is craftsmanship, leadership, and scholarship. I'd like to offer perspective on each of these ships or tenants as they relate to your current responsibilities at Newport News Shipbuilding and your impact far beyond the shipyard's gates. The first is craftsmanship, defined as the quality of design and work shown in something made by hand. It's artistry at its best. When we see a completed aircraft carrier or submarine, it's almost inconceivable that something so massive, so complex, and so beautiful has been built by hand, by your hands. Do you realize how absolutely incredible that is? I remember being on the bridge of the Gerald R. Ford when she sailed from Newport News for the very first time. Having worked on that ship for the prior 2 decades with some of the best designers and shipbuilders in the world, I can't tell you how proud I was of what we do. I'm here today on behalf of the United States Navy and Naval Reactors to remind you how important you are to the Naval Nuclear Propulsion Program and to the defense of our nation. For perspective, over 40% of the United States Navy's combat ships are nuclear-powered submarines and aircraft carriers. Our ships are in high demand. Our adversaries are more capable than ever before and continue to advance at a rapid pace. We face threats on multiple fronts. Just look at the headlines. Russia's army has invaded Ukraine, while Russia's Navy is investing heavily in submarines, both in capability and number. China has made claim to the international waters of the South China Sea, and now they have a naval fleet larger than that of the US Navy. The Navy needs you now more than ever. We need to find ways to put more ships to sea, to maintain our nuclear-powered submarines and aircraft carriers in more efficient ways, and to deploy innovative capabilities. That is what Admiral Rickover had in mind when he started the program. For those of you who don't know, Admiral Hyman G. Rickover is the father of the nuclear Navy. He started the Naval Reactors Organization in 1948 and led it for more than 34 years. In less than 7 years, and without the benefit of modern-day technology, Admiral Rickover developed an entire industrial base in a new technology, pioneered new materials, designed, built, and operated a land-based prototype nuclear reactor, established a training program for nuclear operators, and took the world's first nuclear-powered submarine to sea in 1955. And less than 7 years later, Newport News delivered the USS Enterprise, the world's first nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. 7 years. For perspective, it took Steve Jobs that long to invent the iPhone. Pretty impressive. As you take your place as craft leaders in the shipyard, think about what is currently on your plate. We are in the middle of a 5-fold increase in our submarine building pace, including the restart of ballistic missile submarine construction, the Columbia class, something our nation hasn't done since the late 1990s. 3 new aircraft carriers are under construction simultaneously for the first time in nearly 30 years, including the first 2 carrier buy since the late 1980s. And if that wasn't enough, we've been asked to help a key ally, Australia, establish a nuclear-powered submarine capability, which is only the 2nd time we will do that in the nearly 75-year history of the Naval Nuclear Propulsion Program. Yeah. Quite a bit of work. We need to challenge the innovative, no-nonsense spirit of Admiral Rickover to tackle these challenges. However, as Admiral Rickover knew, safety and quality must be given the highest priorities in these undertakings. How you deliver these platforms requires keen focus. Think about safety in everything you do. Your safety and the safety of your fellow shipbuilders, the safety of our ships and their crews. Think about quality. It matters. We need you to be an expert at your craft and not forget the tools of your craft as you move up the ladder. Model the high standard for first-time quality that we need every shipyard worker to embrace. The systems we build are complex and unforgiving. Our ships go into harm's way to defend our nation, and we depend on you to safely build ships that work every time as intended, so that when our sailors need their might the most, they work 24/7. This is the very philosophy Newport News Shipbuilding was founded on 136 years ago. And why your former shipyard president, Matt Mulheron, who's in the audience today, brought the rock with your company's motto on it back to its original site in the shipyard behind Building 86. Don't ever forget the words on that rock. We shall build good ships here, at a profit if we can, at a loss if we must, but always good ships. Those are not just words on a rock, they are your legacy. Like the shipyard, naval reactors follow similar principles, and I'd like to share some of those with you as it relates to your second tenet, leadership. Admiral Rickover knew that people, not organizations, get things done. It may surprise you to learn that no one in our organization wears a uniform, except the Admiral, and sometimes even he doesn't wear one. You usually can't tell who's in the Navy and who's a civilian. When our Admiral walks into a meeting, he does not expect us to stand for him, as is customary for other Navy admirals. This is all done with intention. You see, we believe that we are defined by our commitment to excellence, not by our title or rank. Anyone and everyone is a leader of their work and is expected to speak up if they see a problem or have a question or new idea. They should not be intimidated by someone else's higher rank. We expect the same from you. Speak up and act with integrity in all that you do. Let your leadership know when you see risks to safety and quality or opportunities to improve. Remember that it's not a problem to find a problem, but it becomes a real problem if we don't fix it. Nothing good comes from avoidance. And when issues do occur, it's important to have a level of resilience. Ask what happened. How do we fix it? How do we rally the team? Be self-critical so you don't make the same mistake twice, but don't ruminate. Learn from it and move on. You're human. Be ready to embrace change when it results in a better product. Help your leadership let go of long-held paradigms and find new, more effective ways to do business. Lead by example. Ask yourself, what have you done to leave your mark on Navy shipbuilding? How do you and your teams deliver quality the first time, avoiding costly rework and delay? Do members of your team feel comfortable speaking up? Does the appearance of your team's work area reflect the high standards you support? What are you doing to protect technology, best practices, and critical information? Our adversaries desperately want this information. Strive to make a difference each day. When we're designing the Ford class, trades leadership like Sam Vreeland and design leadership like Craig Byram, both apprentice school graduates, and their teams made a difference. For example, we asked the shipyard, how can we reduce costs and reduce construction time? Your waterfront came forward and suggested that we change the way we load our nuclear reactor cores. Now that was bold. Our initial knee-jerk reaction was predictably negative, but we asked the shipyard, just how much benefit are we talking about? And you replied, $50 million and 18 weeks of test time for each carrier. Sounds like it was time to change the way we do business. Suffice it to say, we found a way to implement this change. If your waterfront hadn't challenged us, we would still be doing the same costly activities. The apprentice school graduates I know, like several that are on the stage today, get things done. Did you know that over 90% of the construction superintendents and over 80% of the lead general foremen on the Ford class were apprentice school graduates? No wonder why Ford is so awesome. I hope the folks on the stage with me will close their ears for just a minute while I tell you graduates something very important. This shipyard has a history of being led by folks like you. When the going gets tough, people like me in government leadership positions go to key leaders in design, planning, and trades to help solve problems. That's folks like you. Those conversations won't always be comfortable, but it's important that you become comfortable with the uncomfortable, because it's how we grow and learn as a team. And that brings me to the Apprentice School's third tenet, scholarship. A few years ago, I found myself in a new situation. My 3 kids had completed school and were out of the house. My husband and I were empty nesters. I began thinking about what I could do next to challenge myself. So like prior apprentice school grad turned shipyard vice president Gary Fuller, I decided to challenge myself academically again and pursue my MBA. Was it required to do my job more effectively? No. Did it enable me to be more effective? Absolutely yes. I strongly believe if you are not continually learning, you're dying. I needed the new challenge, and I enjoyed it. My classmates were, let me just say, a few decades younger than me, and like you all, crazy smart. I could have easily been intimidated by this challenge, but instead I decided to embrace it with passion. I learned so much about business and myself. My classmates, now some of my best friends, kept me young and taught me about other important things in life, like social media, including what a Karen is. So I challenge you to be inquisitive and a lifelong learner. Whether it's through additional schooling or other opportunities, your education does not stop today. Make continuous learning and improvement part of your routine. I have learned so much during my frequent trips to the shipyard. Early in my career, I attended welding school here at Newport News. Your instructors told me that I had a steady hand and was a natural at welding, something I attribute to the years of cake decorating lessons from my mom. So if you find yourself in need of a welder in a pinch or a birthday cake, you know who to call. There you go. You are the most important part of our business, national treasures. You provide our nation's capability to build, overhaul, repair, refuel, and inactivate nuclear-powered ships. So what can you do to share your knowledge with others? As things are happening on the deck plate in an office or shop, point out both the good and the bad with tangible examples. Take ownership of your work and model what that looks like to other shipbuilders. We are firm believers at Naval Reactors in writing things down for institutional learning. Document your work processes, what has been successful and what didn't work. Help those who follow you avoid repeating past mistakes. Learning comes in many forms, and I am really pleased to see athletics as part of your awards program. I know firsthand that sports teach self-discipline and the importance of results. You either win or you lose. Unfortunately, my teams in high school and college had more opportunity to learn from our losses than our wins. It teaches teamwork. Individual stats matter, but on team sports, the team is better than the sum of individuals. It teaches clock management and how to be resilient. Finally, my athletic career taught me to set the bar high, enjoy life, and have fun. And that brings me to a final tenet that I added to your list of ships, and that's relationships. The relationship between Naval Reactors and Newport News is complex. NR is a regulator and a partner. It's our responsibility to ensure the various facets of our program are meeting requirements. We lay out facts in unemotional ways to insist that members of our program root out problems and face facts brutally. But we can't do this alone. We rely on your expert knowledge and skills. We are all in this together. We succeed or fail together. I love coming to the shipyard and seeing the products we build. I have brought my parents and all 3 of my children to the shipyard to brag about the accomplishments we have achieved together. I refer to the Gerald R. Ford as my 4th child. Now, when it comes to relationships, I'm also referring to the relationship you have with yourself. I strongly believe that a key to success is balance in life. Have fun and enjoy life, both at work and at home. Don't invest so much in your professional pursuits that you neglect your home life. I was a schoolroom mom and went to all my kids' sporting and theater events. I made this a priority, and it kept me sane. Barbara Bush is one of my heroes, and during a commencement address she gave in 1990, she told graduates, "At the end of your life, you will never regret not having passed one more test, not winning one more verdict, or not closing one more deal. You will regret time not spent with a husband, a friend, a child, or a parent." Determine what will work best for you and your family, and don't be afraid to ask for it. Keep a vibrant sense of humor. Take your work seriously, but not yourself. Have fun in your life. Work hard and play hard. And in case you're wondering about how I find balance, I spend my free time riding around Arlington on my Vespa scooter with my dog Murphy on the back, or cheering for the Red Sox or Patriots. There you go. Got some fans out there, I like that. Find what brings you joy and take the time to make it part of your routine. The more balanced your life and mind are, the stronger you'll be on the job. Being a senior female executive, I'd be remiss if I did not recognize that March is Women's History Month. 45 years ago, the Apprentice School graduated its first woman. And now you have your first female shipyard president. Oops, the other way. First female Apprentice School Director of Education. And a chemist. And 39 women in this class, including a 3rd-generation shipbuilder, Rebecca Lynn Arnold, and your James P. Healey Award winner, Taylor Beerhausen, a 5th-generation shipbuilder. How impressive. Way to go. Finally, I learned that one of the most important facets to any relationship is to remember to say thank you. Thank your family members for supporting you every day, like my husband Mark, who's in the audience today. Let's have a round of applause for our family members. Thank your teams for a job well done. They will remember you for that. Taking my own advice, I'd like to thank you graduates for everything you have done to make our aircraft carrier and submarine fleets what they are today. And I'm confident you will continue to do for our Navy going forward. Now that you know me, please come up and say hello when you see me in the shipyard. In case you're wondering how to find me, I think the pink hard hat speaks for itself. I would love to hear about your recent accomplishments and what makes you proud. And remember, we are a team. And as I said earlier, when you succeed, we all succeed. And I know today is only the first of many accomplishments for each of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Karen. There are, that I can just assure you the hat is not a prop. There's stickers all over from different visits to the shops through the years. So you will recognize Karen when you see her in the yard. Karen, your dedication to the Navy and to our industry is inspiring. We all look forward to continuing our close relationship with you and ensuring the continued nuclear excellence at our shipyard. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for, when our graduates get to cross this stage. They've all received their actual certifications of graduation upon arrival today, so this time is dedicated solely to their recognition, hearty cheers, and ringing of the Apprentice School bell, which is a rite of passage for our graduates. I'd like to turn the program over to Dr. Leticia Mccain, the Apprentice School's Director of Education, to help us celebrate our graduates. Dr. McCain.
Thank you, Jennifer. Graduates, as you stand row by row, please turn your tassels from right to left to signify the completion of your apprenticeship. We will call the class in alphabetical order. You may stand. Platform guests, would you join me? Miguel Ivan Aguilera. David Gregory Alexander. Rebecca Lynn Arnold with honors. Jeremiah Braxton Artis. Angelos Marquise Artry. Trayshawn Marquise Bacon. Stephen Brandon Belinsky with honors. Marvin Jeffrey Barnes Jr. with honors. Patrick Allen Buderka with honors. William Stanley Best Jr. with honors. Taylor Renee Bierhausen. Blake Sawyer Brazier with honors. Ashley Latoya Brown. Kiana Ashley Brown. Precious Ayana Brown. Tatiana Isabella Burkhart with honors. Brendan Patrick Chilcote. Sabri Monet Clegg. Caden Taylor Clore. Logan Alexander Coates. Alma Marie Cochran with honors. Stormy Love Coleman. Zachary James Cawley with high honors. Tyler Jackson Collins with highest honors. Chelsea Michelle Cotton with honors. Ian Thomas Couser with honors. Stephen Craig Davies with high honors. William Christopher Deach. Jonathan David Dutier. Jonathan Caleb Edwards with high honors. Cameron Joseph Eldridge with honors. Osman Farouk Erdogan. Noah Preston Eddington. Joseph Jeffries Evans III with high honors. James Wilton Forrest. Darren Francis Fulton with honors. Hunter Allen Fusco. David Anthony Gambino with honors. Eric Tiznazo Garcia with highest honors. Matthew Paul Gartner with high honors. Zachary Christopher Gartner. Hunter Revers Goodrich with honors. William Ross Graham. Michael Glenn Green with honors. Carrie Michelle Grice with honors. Nestor Sael Gorduaro. Bradley John Guilford with honors. Christopher Michael Jamon. Philip Edward Hall with high honors. Cody Shea Hammonds with honors. Devon Darnell Hancock. Carl Lauren Hardy III with honors. Sasha Gabrielle Sanders Harris. Dominique Hayes with honors. Sarah Faison Haynes with high honors. Christopher Scott Hickman with high honors. Cedric Javon Hines. Sarah Michelle Ralph Howell with high honors. Daniel Thomas Hoover with honors. Colton Lee Hurley with honors. Coleman Lee Jackson. Colin Charles Johnson. Brianna Antoinette Jordan. Robert James Jordan Jr. with honors. Sean Danielle Keefe. Ebony Tamara King with honors. Billy K. Clock with honors. Joshua Matthew Lowthers with honors. Robert Joseph Locker. John Patrick Lombard. Taylor Michelle Luffam with high honors. Hunter Evan McCullen with honors. Michael Anthony Meadows. Grant Lee Melvin with honors. John Lee Miles Jr. with honors. Timothy Daniel Mills with high honors. Matthew Thomas Monteith with honors. Josiah Christopher Meyer with highest honors. Rachel Norvell Norduth with high honors. Clayton Lee Noel III. Charles Robert Norfolk with high honors. Thomas Ortega with high honors. Jasmine Hall Overby with honors. Matthew Sean Page. Tommy Ty Pham. Deborah Lee Quintus with honors. Tavon Clyde Randall. Alana Helen Redmond. Henry Banner Robeson with honors. Christopher Scott Rose with honors. Noah Reed Satchel with honors. Tyler James Schindel. Zachary Richard Schwenke with honors. Rebecca Tereska Shelby with honors. Austin Lee Shrewsbury. Nathaniel Linwood Shrewsbury. Philip Lamar Silver. Jacob Frederick Smith with honors. Ryan Paul Smith. Tyler Allen Stewart. Hunter Davis Stormer with honors. John Christopher Swartz with honors. Rachel Kelly Talbert. Sarah Melvina Taylor with highest honors. Richard Joseph Techlack III with high honors. Ashley Nichelle Thompson. Talia Nashay Tillman with honors. Axel Verhul Taralbo with honors. Nolan Matthew Tote. Justin Aaron True with honors. Sarah Ward Van Lindenman with honors, with high honors. Isaiah Kevin Washington. Peter Anthony Watson. Kayla Marie Watts with honors. Sabrina Faye Worth. Alexis Shantae Wethington. Jordan Edward Whitlock with high honors. Nathaniel Lee Whitman with high honors. Garrett James Wythers with honors. Rachel Lauren Wuska. Let's give our graduates a round of applause. Congratulations, class of 2021. I will now turn it back over to Jennifer Boykin. Thank you.
All right, one more round. Before we end today's ceremony, it's our tradition to invite our Homer L. Ferguson Award winner to address the graduates. This award is presented to the apprentice with the highest average of combined academic and craft grades. Please join me in welcoming the 2021 Homer L. Ferguson Award winner, Chris Rose.
Thank you, Ms. Boykin. I appreciate that. It's an honor and a little bit surprising to be up here and be the award winner and represent the class up to here today. I was not expecting this in the slightest. I told a few of the story, and maybe I'll repeat it later afterwards. My first day at the shipyard, I received a piece of information and advice that I didn't fully appreciate at the time. Always watch where you're stepping. It seems like a basic thing. We've all been doing it as long as we can remember. And we all take it for granted. It's an automatic reaction. So this seemed like such a mundane thing to say. I was expecting something directly applicable to being an electrician, but nonetheless, I filed it under good things to know and duly repeated it whenever I would indoctrinate a new hire into the crew. Even if I didn't grasp how important it would be to me later, it was still something that I would incorporate. Every graduate here today has overcome their own hardships in class, on the job, and at home. I'm no exception. Even though I work in one of the most complex construction projects on the planet, sometimes I find it hard to get motivated to start a task. The end goal seems so large that I can find it daunting to even start. Particularly during my world-class courses, my wife could tell when I was getting discouraged and losing my momentum. She would step in and break the cycle by telling me to take a break and stop overthinking things. Again, most times this little sanity break was just what I needed to refocus on what to do next. That's the key. Determine what your next step is. That's always been my difficulty. So the advice I received on my first day at the yard, the advice that I thought was pointless, is perfect. Always watch where you're stepping. Plan where you are going and put the journey before the destination. No matter what you're doing, the most important step is the next one. Once you know what you need to do, it's just a matter of logistics. I have another saying that I picked up along the way. It goes, "It had to be me. Someone else might have gotten it wrong." With this in mind, I have a mission for everyone here, graduates, staff, and the family in the crowd. I want you to find the one thing that only you can do. It doesn't have to be in the shipyard, being a subject matter expert or a shipbuilder are laudable goals. But I want you to go outside the shipyard and make a difference. Volunteer in your community, mentor a child, indulge your artistic side, maybe write a novel. My current missions, mine, are improving my photography and being the best father I can be. I want each of you to create something and improve the world around you. So my advice, find the thing that is the intersection of your skills, your passion, and your motivation, and take the first step in making that difference. Remember, it has to be you. Someone else might get it wrong.
Thank you, Chris. Great advice for all of us. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Chris one more round of applause. Now, before we close, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the many supporters who helped get our graduates here today. Parents, grandparents, spouses, significant others, family members, children of the graduating class. Your dedication and love has helped shape these future leaders. Will all of you please stand so that we can give you a round of applause for our appreciation for you. And remember, you heard today second, third, fourth, fifth generation shipbuilders. I know for a fact that there are future shipbuilders sitting amongst you right now, and we are hiring. Finally, to the 170 graduates joining the ranks of Newport News Shipbuilding, your critical role in the defense of our nation cannot be understated. As you've heard today, the Navy depends on us to deliver capable, reliable vessels that help keep our sailors safe. And I'm depending on you to bring your skill, your experience, your knowledge, and your heart to every challenge that you face. Always be your absolute best. Never settle for good enough. And always keep learning. If you do this, I know that our nation's future will be safer and brighter. Thank you all, and congratulations to the class of 2021 on a job well done. There is a lot of love for you today. I'll ask everyone to please stay standing and remain standing for the faculty and graduates recessional. Once the last graduate has left the sanctuary, you are free to exit and enjoy the rest of the day with your graduates. Thank you all, and congratulations again.